Well, good morning, everybody, and it is so good for me to be with you. Well, not be with you, but you know what I mean. It really is a privilege to be at Flow Conference 2022. I just want to thank the organizers, Henry and the team, Regina and the whole team. Incredible what you guys are doing, and I'm so looking forward to seeing how God's going to use this conference just to grow people, just develop people, challenge each of us so that we can go further and deeper in our walk with Him. So who am I? My name's Dorian Wrigley. I serve as the chairman of an impact fund called Umbono Capital. We invest in natural resource projects, projects with a heart that develop the country and the nation and the continent's resources for the benefit of all of its stakeholders. And God has given us some exciting projects, and I'll tell you a bit more about those as we go through the morning. I also serve as the CEO of a company called Pico Power, and I'm a lay pastor, elder and lay pastor in a church called Every Nation, which operates out of Rosebank. And as I said, it's a great honor for me to be with you this morning. But most importantly, this is my amazing family, and you can immediately see that with them I'm a whole lot cooler than without them, and so it's a pity that I don't have them with me this morning. But my wife Belinda, the two of us will be celebrating 30 years together. Yes, I know. She was 12 when I married her. And then, of course, my daughter Alexandra, who is studying actuarial science down at Stellenbosch. And my son Dominic, 16-year-old, grade 10. And he's just a typical grade 10er that just loves his football, loves his basketball, and tries to fit all of that stuff in amongst the work that tends to get in the way from time to time. So, yes, as I said, I wish my family was with me, because I know I look a whole lot cooler, but you're just going to have to make do with me this morning. I really wish I could have been with you in person. It's been a few years since we've met last, and COVID we can thank COVID for that. But when I spoke to Henry, we said, well, let's try and do the next best thing, and let's see if we can't connect, and if I can't record something, and use this to bless you today. So today I'm sharing on a topic that is very, very close to my heart. It's a topic that God has taken me on a 54-year journey on. Yes, I know, you look at me, you go, no way, it's 54, never, ever. But I can tell you that my discovery age is a lot lower than 54. Well, a little bit lower than 54. But enough marketing. Let's just get on. Stewardship. Stewardship, friends, is just such a critical topic for us to understand. And to be honest, it's one that many of us think we understand. We think we get it. We think, well, if we are faithful with say, our tithing, that's stewardship taken care of. But friends, when I look at the Word of God, it is so much more than just simply relegating it to something as simple as tithes and offerings. What we need to understand about stewardship is, first and foremost, stewardship was God's plan for us, for all of creation, from the very beginning of time. When God created the original universe, whenever that might have been, He created it perfect. It was perfect in every way. It reflected Him. It reflected His glory. But we all know that, we don't know when, but we know after that point, Satan and 2/3 of the heavenly host rebelled. And so that beautiful creation, which was perfect, became corrupt. And we know that Satan came and dwelled on this earth. The Word of God tells us that earth was formless and it was void. The presence of God was not dwelling there because it had been corrupted. And so what does God do? God says, right, I'm going to win this planet and all of creation back to me. I'm going to bring it all back under my power, under my authority, because guess what? God is the king. And so as the king, He says, I'm going to reclaim this land that was lost. The enemy has taken it, I'm going to reclaim it. What does He do? Genesis chapter 1 verse 27 tells us what He does. It says that in the garden, God created mankind in His very own image. God created you and I. Not men, and then men created women. God created male and female who reflected His very image. And friends, that's an important thing to understand, because why did He do that? Why did He create mankind in His very own image? Why did He create us different? And the reason He did that, friends, is because His plan and purpose was that through partnership with you and I, through partnership with Adam and Eve, He would, through mankind, starting from that perfect place, the Garden of Eden, which he had created a bit of a beachhead, when enemies try and take ground, they create a beachhead from which they can launch operations. God created that beachhead in the Garden of Eden. He put Adam and Eve there and he said, right, you guys go out, subdue it, be fruitful, increase, multiply, take back the territory that was lost. And so God's plan and purpose was that through stewardship, Adam and Eve would take his presence, his plans, and his purpose from Eden through to the ends of the earth. That was God's plan. That was his original intention. We all know what happened though. Satan comes in the form of a snake, Adam and Eve fall, and they too become corrupted. And so now God has a problem, because God's purpose, God's plan has now been corrupted once again. And so mankind, his partners, these people that were meant to steward with him, can no longer partner with God because they've sold out, they've committed high treason. And so God sends Jesus. And Jesus comes, and he's in every likeness God, and he's in every likeness man. And Jesus comes and he lives, he dies, he rises again, and he's paid the full price to restore you and I, mankind, male and female, back into a living, loving relationship with Jesus.